Hello, everyone. We are live at Freedom Factory for the ILMT Super Late Model Championship. 50 laps for these very talented drivers, and this is actually my first time ever streaming a race in this series. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a good one. We got a three-car field here, much like you know, Cars. That movie that was in 2006, kind of like that. We just need red, blue, and green, not purple, green, and blue, but whatever. Um, Handing it off to you, Shark, who's actually going to be our co-commentator for today. Can you introduce us to our drivers real quick?
Yeah, sure, of course. Welcome to the championship, and here's our driver. So, starting in first, we got the 23, and we got the 23 of DJ. He seems like a pretty excited to race. Very excited. Obviously, worked hard to make his way into the championship, of course. And then the O2, starting in second, we have Humk, which is he's also very excited, very super excited to race here. The small track, and of course the owner of the league, Mailbox, which wouldn't say he's in the championship, but he's here just for fun and very talented driver, as I do say, as I can say personally. So he's gonna be starting in third to obviously not disrupt our drivers, our championship drivers, of course.
Absolutely, man. It is important to let those guys duke it out in the front for a title that is very well wanted by probably both of them, but it's going to be an absolute brawl throughout this race. Throughout the action that we've seen through the practice laps, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of great moves by these guys. They might get a little spread out throughout the race, but hey, a spread out race isn't too bad. But I do expect some very great things from these guys today. And yeah, we will just wait for the command from your host. Well, not really host, more like driver. Mailbox Media.
Of course.
And looks like he's changing all the laps. Looks like we are about to get ready.
All right, here we go. We're going green. Just gotta wait for that countdown. Here we go.
Race control
Five,
sending the
four,
command down to the
two,
field. They roll off a
one.
corner number 4. Green flag for the ILMT championship.
The 23 of Holmes is pretty fast at the moment. He takes the lead from the 23 of DJ here.
Meanwhile, DJ is going to sit comfortably in the second place spot. Mailbox Media tailgating him going into turn number 1 as DJ is going to send it in deep on the 0-2. He's going to try to get the lead off a corner number 4. Can he get it? No, he's going to get beaten to the line and they get sent through the infield. Oh, huge wreck into turn number 1. And I believe that will bring out a caution? Maybe? Well, Mailbox Media has secured the lead, and that did indeed bring out the first caution of the race. It looked like DJ got a little too antsy there, got a little too excited, sent it a bit too deep on Hump, and
My apologies. I had a
took out the
small
field.
problem there. Technical difficulty.
Technical difficulties with the co-commentator as of right now, but we're all right. We're back, and we're gonna see how this restart plays out. Not a great move by the 23. Kind of a dickwad move, but I mean it's all right. Tempers flare during the championship, so yeah. Command has
I
been
mean,
set. Green flag.
it's the first few laps. It was a pretty good run for a while until the 23 shoved or the 02 shoved the 23 down. Big crash, I can tell you that, especially with the championship contenders.
Definitely, definitely. Meanwhile, we're 3 wide through 3 and 4. Looks like
Oh,
he's finally gonna get the lead there.
here comes
DJ.
the 23. 02 lifts a little bit, lets the owner mailbox pass by. 23 continues out with a pretty strong lead. I can tell you that, and out of four they go.
Meanwhile, looks like my prediction was wrong. We are actually pretty darn packed out for the lead right now as Mailbox Media is going to give a bump to the 23, sending him roaring down the backstretch. Not letting him out of striking distance, though. Mailbox Media all over the back bumper of that 23 Mustang machine, trying
That
to put
0-2
pressure.
seems to be having a hard time.
Yeah, it
Down the
really
backstretch
is.
they go. The 0-2 finally seems to be making a comeback after being left in third place for about 2 laps. And Mailbox is put in third place, but it's a drag race for the 0-2 and the 0-8 as the 23 is pulling away with the lead.
Yeah, and now DJ's got a pretty comfortable lead between him, Honk, and Mailbox Media, who's now going to shift back into third. He is still in a heated battle with Honk for the second place spot, and he's going to
Yeah,
put
they
him up the track. Wow.
there's just a big battle in the back at this point, just for second, and they're letting the leader get away. Even though there's no draft, it'd be best to try to help each other through those turns because you could bump really well. Because I was in one of the cars earlier during practice, and bumping in the turns helps really good. You just got to try not to spin them out.
Yeah, bumping is definitely a way to get a good run, as we
Oh,
see there from
there
the
we go.
0-2 and Mailbox Media, who's now going to get a big rush up to second. And he's got a run on the 23. Can he hold on to it, though?
I mean, out of every driver here on the track, Mailbox Media is the most experienced driver. He has most experience with short track racing, so I'm pretty sure he's going to catch that 23 pretty quickly. As we actually see him almost catch up, but he lifts a little bit and doesn't seem to make it in his back with the 0-2.
Meanwhile, DJ just sitting back for a midnight cruise in the 23 machine here at Freedom Factory for the championship. And it looks like if the 0-2 cannot get past Mailbox Media, it might cost him the championship here, as DJ is kind of just running away with it. Mailbox Media is kind of holding up Homp as we speak. He's just got to find a way to get around the 0-8 of Mailbox Media at some point, or else it's definitely going to cost him.
Yeah.
And he hits a
Well, it
wall
is left. Oh,
snag!
trouble. The 0-2 goes around. Would that
Huge
be called
wreck.
as a caution? No caution. They stay green,
Wow,
and
I really thought that would
we're
have
on
gone over
lap
the green.
14.
14
I
of
guess it'd be a
15.
real caution if someone stopped on the track. That's usually the laws Mailbox Media puts on these races here. Here comes Mailbox Media on the inside of the 23. Will he be able to catch up?
Can Mailbox Media get win number 1 on the season? We will see as he puts his front bumper to the left rear of the 23. Couldn't quite get around him as they come around 3 and 4. Again, DJ's going to hold out with the lead, and the 0-2 of Homp is just not having a
Here,
good time today.
Mailbox is all over the bumper of the 23 of DJ, and he really is. He's on the left corner, left back, left rear corner panel of the freaking 23, and wow, he really is all over that bumper. He's looks like he's actually contending for the championship better than the 0-2, to be honest. Oh, here he comes. Gives a 23 a big bump.
Very good moves by the 23, trying to hold off the league owner right now. As we go back to the 0-2, we try to see where he is. It looks like he's just rolling out of corner number 4 now. Meanwhile, we got a heated battle between the 23 and the 0-8 of Mailbox Media and DJ. Mailbox just can't quite find a way around the 23. He's got to wait for him to make a mistake.
Well, he is pretty inexperienced driver, and I'm pretty sure he has no interest winning this championship as it is his own league and he wants his own drivers to win. But he seems like he wants to win that championship, and we're barely in the 20s of the laps, so it's pretty. Oh, into the wall. He sends the 23, and he's still on his bumper.
Yeah, it looked like Mailbox Media
He,
had a chance to overtake there on the backstretch, but he lifted, trying, I guess, not to wreck the 23 and ruin his championship. Meanwhile, they're side by side through 1 and 2. Mailbox Media on the inside. Does he have the advantage going 3 and 4? He does. 23 will phase back in the second. Mailbox Media is your new leader.
Here comes 23. He's going to try to take that lead back if he can. He's going to seem to try to bump him. He goes on his outside. Mailbox seems to run the. Oh, there he goes, bumping him. He goes on his inside after doing a quick bump and run. And they're side by side once again with a 23 take the lead once again. It's hard to tell at this point. Meanwhile, the 0-2 is actually seems to be catching up a bit. Oh, he hit the wall there. And the 23 is in the lead once again, still by side by side. Never mind, 23 has taken the lead away from Mailbox Media once again.
And your leader, the 23 of DJ, back into the lead. Still under pressure from the number 08 of Mailbox Media. Mailbox Media dives, bombs it into corner number 3 and 4. He'll nab the lead, and he is once again your race leader here at Freedom Factory.
Here comes the 0-2 is actually catching up to the two leaders of yours. And the Mailbox seems to try to block the 23 from getting any closer, but he fails to do that. They're side by side once again, 23 on the bottom. And that 0-2 is just banging every wall, trying their very best to catch up to the leaders here. And Mailbox takes the lead once again from the 23. And wow, it's pretty insane as the 23 is still on his bumper. And here comes the 0-2 back to the leaders, trying to stay up there with them.
Meanwhile, we run back up the race order. We got Mailbox Media in first, DJ second, Honk third. It looks to me that Mailbox Media's and DJ's battle really made them lose a lot of speed on the O2, and I guess the sends from the O2 going into each corner kind of helped him catch up a little bit, but now we definitely have a championship battle going on here for the race win.
Of course, and once again, the league owner pulls away with the lead, leaving the 23 and the 0-2 out to dust. Well, I wouldn't say out to dust for the 23, as the 23 attempted to make a comeback, but seems to be falling back as the 0-2 comes on his inside and slides him up. They are now side by side for second. Let's see who will win this fight.
Dog fight ensuing between the 0-2 and the 23. They roll down the backstretch. The 23 gets a huge launch run off the outside lane on corner number 2. They roll through 3 and 4. The 0-2 slaps the outside wall, but it's not going to be enough. 0-2 remains in the lead, or second place, my bad.
Oh, shoot, he sends him up the wall, the 23 does. And these are your two championship contenders, so it's understandable why these guys are battling. And Mailbox Media seems to be falling back a bit, but it's hard to tell as the two championship contenders are still battling it out for second. Here comes the 0-2 on the 23's inside. They're battling it out on the backstretch, entering turn number 3. The 23 seems to keep second place, but the 0-2 is really giving them a hard time here.
He really is. He's really putting the pressure on the 23 right now to make some big, bold moves early on in the race. They are side by side down the backstretch. The 23 has the inside lane advantage, but can the 0-2 get the runoff? Honk's getting shoved up the track by DJ. It's a battle to the line. The 23 still has a second place spot. Going into turn number 1 and 2, the 0-2 is going to put his nose right under the 23, shoves him up into the outside wall, and that's going to cost him it. They're side by side through 3 and 4, and now Honk has second place.
Well, Honk has second place after 35 laps. We are on lap 35 out of 50. And those two championship contenders just keep battling it out instead of helping each other. Oh!
Oh, again into the outside wall. The 0-2 cannot be happy about that. Honk is having a rough day here in Freedom Factory. DJ's not
As
making it easy on him.
very not easy. Freedom Factory is giving Honk a really hard time trying to stay up with everyone. The field is now spread apart, but now the 23 can drive at peace without that 0-2 actually causing him any trouble. Though that 0-2 seems to be making some progress back towards the 23. Seems like the 0-2 isn't finished with him as Mailbox Media pulls away with the lead.
Mailbox Media making one of his first starts in the series other than Eagle Motorsports Park. So actually, this would be win number 2 for him on the season. So he does look to be determined to win the race, but also at the same time, if it comes down to it, I think he'd let the championship contenders by to not really ruin the championship experience for these two.
Yeah, it seems like it. Mailbox continues to pull away with the lead, but the 0-2 seems to be catching up with the 23. He really isn't finished, and I bet you he's pretty mad that he got shoved up into the outside wall, into the entrance of the track.
Yeah, I can definitely see the 0-2 maybe pulling some nasty moves in the upcoming laps once he gets to the back bumper of the 23. Meanwhile, Mailbox Media makes a mistake coming into turn number 3.
Oh,
Oh,
the 0-2
man!
pulls over on the backstretch.
And DJ screws up his exit on turn number 4, and yes, we do. We got a car stopped on the backstretch, the 0-2 of Honk, and I do not believe a caution will be called for a stopped car in the infield. No, it will not.
Uh,
We remain
I
green.
am now getting some reports here that they're having some trouble. The 0-2 is finally back on track. They were having some steering problems. They might be a lap down. I'm not sure what Mailbox will put for him. Meanwhile. But
Pretty
either way, the
sh-
23 is catching up to the 08.
Pretty sure the 02 of Hump is now a lap down. That could very well just put him out of the championship. And I think DJ, all he has to do is coast it to the finish. Maybe just run second to Mailbox and not pull anything ballsy here on the last coming laps. Just let the race run as it is and possibly claim his first ever road racing championship.
Of course, and the 23 or the 02 pulls over on the front stretch once again. Not sure what's going on with him. He seemed to just let the leaders go by, and 23 and the 08 continue to gain it here on entering the front straightaway, and yeah, the 02 is really having a bad day.
That could very well have been the nail in the coffin for the 0-2. I do not see him being able to catch up unless the 08 and the 23 calls a caution here on the upcoming laps. But I just don't see that happening. So I think DJ's got this wrapped up in the bag for the championship, and I think Mailbox could run away with the potential win today here in Freedom.
I don't know if you've been noticing this, but the 02 is just keeps pulling over on the backstretch. He did it the past lap when he passed by. I'm not sure if he's having steering problems or if there's just something up with his car.
It might be a mechanical issue in the car. Either that, or he's having massive understeer issues with his car. He might have to pull it into the pits and have his crew work on it. Meanwhile, we go back to the leaders. Looks like DJ has actually lost a substantial amount of ground on the Mailbox Media in the 08. And we're actually going to check what lap we're on. We are on 2 to go here. Actually, white flag is out at Freedom Factory. My bad, people.
Already, that was a pretty fast race, and here comes Media Mailbox out with the lead. He seems like he's gonna win here at Freedom Factory, and the 23 of DJ will be your winner here for the championship.
Mailbox Media, your race winner, championship winner is DJ.
It's a shame that the 02 was having steering problems and had to pull over and got run right into the entrance of the track. It was really a bad day for him, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely not a good day for the 02. Had a rough race, and looks like he's gonna show his displeasure to the 23, who kind of did pull a few moves on him early on in the race that I don't think I would have been too happy about. Then runs into the 08, definitely showing his displeasure, and Mailbox is burning it down on the front stretch. And that is a wrap for the ILMT Season 1 Championship. And I believe we're probably going to be requested to interview these guys unless they don't do that.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this: the 23 and the 02 were having some pretty fair fights. I think the only nasty move was shoving him into the entrance corner of the track, and that really did cost him. Well, let's head down for interviews, shall we?
Alright, I am down. I'm going to go into the race VC.
And here we go. We're the first person we're going to interview would be your championship winner, DJ.
Do we move him in here?
Oh, see what I can do. Give me a
I'll move
second.
him in here.
There we go. Here's your championship winner, DJ. And let's go ahead and ask some questions, shall we?
Alright, well, DJ, you had a pretty strong car out there today here at Freedom Factory. You had a couple run-ins with the 0-2 early on in the race, but you managed to slip away with a second place finish and your ILMT championship here today. How you feeling, man?
Feels great. My completely disappointed with myself in my run here. Just couldn't catch up. Had a good car, everything was great, but just got desperate at the end, messed up. Happens, but hey, happy, super glad to be winning this great league. Thank you so much to Mailbox for hosting this. He's a great guy. All the drivers for showing up every week to, have everybody race. Just great.
Alright, well, that is your championship winner in the number 23, DJ.
Thanks, guys.
And shall we move on to the league owner and race winner of tonight's race, Mailbox over here.
I will let you have the honors of interviewing this man.
Hello, Mailbox. So we saw you were doing pretty good. You started in third place and finished in first for the championship. How do you feel?
Good. This is probably my favorite track on the entire schedule. That's why I made it the Freedom Factory. I wish we could have gotten more people, but that's why I participated in today's race. Most of the time, that is not something I would do unless we only had like two people. Um, but yeah, great track, fun to drive. Um, I definitely had a lot of speed. And what made it really difficult was since I was also officiating, anytime I was in the lead, I had to be mirror driving, just constantly looking backwards to see what they were doing behind me, making sure no complete mischief was going on. Um, I know I probably missed a couple things, but I feel like most of it I saw. But honestly, seeing as how we only had three people, it was not a bad race at all. So I'm happy with it, and I'm excited for next year, and I'm happy for DJ championship winner. He showed up to I think every single race. I think he's the only person to show up to every single race. So very happy he's here and up for it, and I can't wait to see him next season and everyone else who was here throughout the season, either who made one start or most of the starts. Just excited for next season and things to come.
Thank you very much. That was very nicely said. You did have a very nice and fast car out here today, and you had some good battles with the 23 for the lead.
Oh yeah, that was good. I'm excited to watch the replay.
Great content.
Subscribe.
Epic content. Oh man. Oh, what a race. What a race. What a guy. What a
What a
man.
guy there, bud.
No
Okay, bud.
cautions, man. No
Okay, bud.
cautions.
There
Actually,
was
there
one
was a
caution.
caution. One caution.
Well, that was the only caution, and
Yeah,
then
that was lap two.
then the other guy got rammed right into the freaking entrance wall, and no caution on that.
Yep, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
that,
what was happening though? Why was he pulling over down the backstretch in the front?
He got a phone call.
That's crazy.
Oh,
He's gotta be
dude,
Yeah,
just
mad. He's
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
be
he was
pissed.
not happy about it.
He's
dude.
gotta be
I
pissed.
I actually got a phone call in the beginning of the commentary, and I missed the first caution. That's why I left.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna end off the stream, boys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, folks. Well, that'll about do it for the ILMT Championship. That was a pretty darn, not slow, actually pretty darn fast. We are at 23 minutes, damn. But, definitely a good race to commentate. There was a couple good battles for the lead, a couple lead changes. So, yeah, I had fun. It was cool to have another commentator in the booth with me that I actually haven't commentated with before, so that was cool to get to do that today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the stream. If any of you did tune in, you can expect maybe some more streams in this league in the ILMT Championship on Roblox. So look out for those streams. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for us today. I am your host JD Kelly, and until next time, y'all take it easy.